Hi, I'm Ryan of MidNite Solar. Today I want to show you how to hook your classic Lite charge controller up over a network or directly to your PC so you can use your local application software to program your classic Lite or view your classic Lite. The first thing you need to do is plug your Ethernet cable into your classic Lite. I have a classic opened up here for clarification. This is the Ethernet jack right here. Your Ethernet cable needs to plug into that jack. Then we take the other end of that Cat 5 cable, and the first thing I'm going to show you is plugging directly into the PC. There are a couple other options. We can plug directly into a router with a longer cable. We can also use a wireless bridge. But I want to show you plugging directly into the PC first. So we plug it into the Ethernet jack on the PC. Now I do want to take time at this point to mention that I have used my MidNite Solar technical installation tool to set the dip switches in my classic Lite for a static IP address of 192.168.1.223. The 223, the last three digits are not that important. The three you really need to know is the 192.168.1. Now what we need to do is we need to go into our PC, we need to go into our local area connection, our network connections. You'll need to go to your control panel and find your network connections, and we need to go to the properties of the Ethernet jack. This is going to be in different places with every different operating system, so please consult either your computer's manual or the local application manual, or call tech support for help. I happen to have a shortcut on my desktop for mine. I'm going to go ahead and open that up. I'm going to go to Properties. Now I need to click on TCP IP version 4. I need to go to Properties again. And here I need to use the following IP address, which basically sets a static IP address. Obtain an IP address automatically will most likely be checked. So check use the following IP address. I've entered 192.168.1.10. Again, like I was saying earlier, the first three numbers are the most important. 192.168.1. That's what makes the two talk to each other. The last three is an individual address for each item. They will need to be different by at least one digit. You'll also need to set the subnet mask for 255.255.255 as shown here. Now we're going to click OK. We're going to click Close. We're going to click Close again. And if we've done our job right, when we open up the local status panel, it should go out. It should find that classic. There we go. It's found the classic. I'll open up the status panel just so you can see it. That concludes using a Cat 5 cable to hook right directly to your PC. I do want to mention that older computers would need a crossover cable. Most modern PCs can handle the traffic themselves and they can cross it over internally. If you use a regular cable and it doesn't work, you will need to find a crossover cable for this connection directly to the PC, and only directly to PC. All the rest of the hardware does not need that. I'm going to go ahead and close out the local app. I'm going to go back to my local network connections and set it back up for obtain IP address automatically, because the other ones we're doing are going to need that. While that's doing that, I'm going to go ahead and show you the next step. Next step is we're going to plug directly into the router. This cable could be 100 feet long, 200 feet long, 10 feet long. The size really isn't that important. But what I'm showing you here is a hardwired connection directly into your wireless router in your house. I'm going to go ahead and use port 3. I'm going to plug that into port 3. Now I'm going to go down here and I'm going to connect to that router. And in this case, it's the Linksys. It is connected. It says the signal strength is excellent. It should be right beside me. Now we're going to open up the application again, and if everything is working correctly, we should be able to see the classic come up. Let's open it up. We can see that it's running. We can see the wattage moving around a little bit. It's a really cloudy day here today in Maine. Not making much off that 3 kilowatt array. So now I'm going to close this out and I'm going to show you how to hook that up through a wireless bridge. This wireless bridge is something neat that we found at Walmart. It's a universal Wi-Fi range extender. Runs about $60 at Walmart. It's got a couple neat features. It's got an Ethernet port on the side of it, plugs into a receptacle on the back of it. What this does, this allows you to do a couple things. We can plug this in, plug the Classic into it, and it will talk to the router. So if the router's in the house and the Classic's out here in the shop, for instance, we can plug the Classic into this, and it will talk to my router in the house. Or the other thing you can do too is if you have no network in your house and you don't want to deal with the crossover cable or the regular cable and setting up the network, you can simply plug this in here, plug this into the outlet, and then you can log on to this with your PC. This will become a wireless access. You know, you can see this as a wireless signal, just like you would your router. I will show you that in a minute. I just wanted to explain the benefits to this. So we got to plug this in to our power. Again, we're using everything here on the desk for, you know, video effect. I'm going to plug the Classic into that. I need to wait until the green lights all come on here, and while they're doing that, I will explain. You connect to it with your wireless access point on your computer. You follow the instructions in here. It's about a 3-step process. Very easy to follow instructions. I won't go into any detail on that because there's about 100 different versions of these. I did want to point that out. We will try to document this in the local application manual. So let's see if we got green lights. We do have green lights. So now, if we've done everything right, this has been told to talk to this. We should be able to open the application back up again, and we should simply see the Classic. And there it is. So now, as you can see, the Classic is talking to my computer. The Classic is talking through the cable, into the bridge, through the air, to the router, through the air again, to the PC. Now let's say you don't have a router, you don't have a network in your house, and you don't want to deal with plugging the cable directly into the Classic each time and configuring the network in the Classic. You just want to plug this in, this access point bridge device. You want to plug this in near your Classic, wire it in just like this. What it does, it transmits a wireless signal as well, just like your router. We can go over to the PC. We can actually go to our wireless connections again. And as you see here, it's called linksys_ext or extender. We connected to that. You can see we're already connected. Now we'll open up the local app, and if everything is right, there's our Classic. So now this Classic is talking through this access point directly to the PC without using the router. So that gives you 4 distinct ways to connect your Classic Lite to your PC, depending on your individual scenario, how you may want to do that. Some people may want to use the wireless access point. Some people may need to have a bridge to get to a network in their house, or some people may already have a network. Some people may not even have internet at their house. That concludes hooking up the Classic Lite to the Classic for using of the local app software that we include with the Classic Lite. Till next time, I'm Ryan of MidNite Solar.